My name is Mark Richards. I'm a distinguished Toastmaster. I'm with Quest and Valencia Toastmasters. We're going to be talking about how Free Toast Host, the website for Toastmasters clubs, can help you spend, let's get this started. Help you spend less time managing your club and free up your time to do other more important things. Free Toast Host is created, maintained, and supported by fellow Toastmasters. It is used by over 2/3 of the clubs in the world, which means 11,000 of the 16,500 clubs are using this free website. It is now mobile friendly with the upgrades that have recently been made. It has a lot of features. Now, why would you use Free Toast Host? Well, first of all, it'll help your club operate more efficiently. It'll help you attract new members, and it will keep members informed and interested. And it's free. Can't beat the price. Here are some of the built-in features of Free Toast Host. It has a contact form where people who are new to the website can contact whoever you design, whoever you designate as the recipient of the contact form. All of your meeting information and directions, including a Google map, can be embedded into the meeting information and directions page. It has a calendar of club events. Not only will all of your meetings be on the calendar, but you could also insert special events such as an open house or other type of special event that you might want somebody to see. All of your members can have their profiles showing up, which means a bio, including any social media links and a photo. The advantage of this is for the person who is new to the website and thinking about joining a Toastmasters club. By looking at the member profiles, they will see that there are people just like them in your club, which would encourage them to visit, which is the whole purpose of your website from their point of view. There are wonderful email lists, and I'll give you an example. If you want to send an email to all of your members, doing it one by one would be tedious. You can address an email to members at, and then the name of your club, and all of them will receive it. Similarly, you could do officers at, guests at, former members at, and these are all built in. The agendas are my personal favorite part of the website. We can go into that in greater detail, but right now I'll tell you that you may be creating agendas by hand, you may be creating agendas using a spreadsheet, you may be doing it at the end of a meeting. One of the things about Toastmasters is it's a self-paced, individualized program. The more that members get involved with their own progress in the system, the more successful and confident they'll be. Agendas allow them to take meeting roles on their own and see what's going on at the next meeting and all of the future meetings that you've created agendas for. There are lots of reports in the system. These reports take the form of, for example, if somebody said, how many speeches have I given in the last year? You can pull a report for that. If somebody wanted to know how many times they've been Toastmaster, you can pull a report for that. The Vice President of Education will love the mentor reports. You can find out who the mentors are and who they're mentoring, and who the members are and who they are being mentored by. It'll also help them find out who doesn't have, which new member might not have a mentor. Did I mention that it's free? Here's an example of one of the clubs I belong to, Valencia Toastmasters. This is their homepage, our homepage. The purpose of the homepage is to display your content with your design, because this is the first impression that somebody's going to get when they go to your website. This will give them the why. Your website should have the why that they should join Toastmasters and visit you. And make sure that you invite them to a meeting. There's nothing worse than a nicely designed homepage and there's no call to action, just like at the end of a really good speech. Here's an example of one of those agendas I was talking about. On this agenda, you can see at the top there under Valencia Toastmasters, it says that the meeting agenda is for June 12th. Along the right side, you see photos of people, and down the middle, under role/agenda item, you see the roles, what the roles encompass, and anything special you might want to put in there, and the timings. All of the agenda part, all the components of an agenda are created by you. It comes as a blank slate, and you can do with it as you please. This is your meeting. An agenda lets everyone know who is doing what and when. One of the beautiful things is once you print an agenda and you bring it to a meeting, guests that come will be very impressed that you've got a professionally organized meeting agenda, and the meeting will start on time and end at a specific time. And the best clubs do that. You can control all of the members. You can manage all of the members in what's called membership management. I've blocked out the names so you can't see them, including the email and phone numbers, but all of them would be here. You'll notice on the right where it has the officers listed, president, vice president of education, etc. Those can be changed, and especially when the new year starts, it's real easy to change them simply by selecting that box and changing them to a different officer role, or deselecting them to make them a regular member. There are many lists that you can use. For instance, right now you'll see in the top left it says members. We're in the members list. If I were to click on the guests list, and you've taken your guest, all of the guests that have come in, and you've taken their information and inputted them into this list, then you'll see a list that has all of their names, and again, you can send an email to all of the guests at one time. Instead of deleting a member, you can move them to the former members list and stay in touch with them. It's real easy to add new members to the list using what's called a quick add. It's a simple text box that you can enter their name, their email, and their phone one after another. This information can even be imported from Toastmasters International, from the roster. You either can use the default new member welcome letter, or you can create your own. When a member is inputted into the system, they will receive an email automatically that asks them if they'd like to opt in to receiving emails from the club. They receive something like this from Toastmasters International. Once they opt in, which most people do, they just joined your club, they'll automatically receive your new member welcome letter that you designed. There are many, I mentioned the officers. There are many tools and reports under membership tools that allow you to manipulate the data, add mentors, and create reports that really help to streamline the efficiency that the management has in your club. Your treasurer is going to love the dues management module. You can create custom invoices that are automatically sent out to all of your members with the amount that's due and when it's due. They can be totally customized. They have a similar look and feel, but customized as to, like I said, date, amount. If you have a PayPal account, which you can set up, you can create it'll actually put a PayPal link on the bottom of the page, which is wonderful. They're also going to love this. If you want to know how members have paid, you can track them in this dues tracking module. You do not have to keep a spreadsheet. And after you've moved and selected as checks come in or PayPal or cash, when you select all the blue dots, you select the other circles on the right side, you're left with, say, 10 at the end of the first month. You can send an email out to dues not paid at, and then the name of your club. And it will streamline the dues management process. Treasurer, again, will love that. Website management is pretty much as easy as a word processor. All of the on-screen boxes that can be filled out have hints. As you can see, there's writing all over this page, and those are specifically related to the field that you're looking at. Across the top, you see things like basic settings, which is the page we're on. Appearance, you can change the color scheme, what appears on your home page, and that kind of thing. Home page is where you would fill out and put in photos and all the text for your home page. On the bottom, on the far right, you'll see access settings. In that tab, you can design who has access to, for example, the agenda. You might have the vice president membership and the VPE, or you might have only the vice president of education. These are all up to you, and it's real easy to work with. It's easy to get started if you don't have a website already. All you have to do is go to Toastmasters with the plural, clubs.org, and fill out your club number, name, and email. They will first verify the club number, and then once that's verified and you fill out the rest, they'll send you an email, and they'll get you set up with a blank site. If you're interested in support is free. All you have to do is sign up on the support.toastmastersclubs.org website, and there will be responses within hours. There are people around the world that are paying attention to this site, and if you can't find an answer that somebody has already asked and answered, you can post your own. In addition to that, there are also documents about the entire system that are updated on a regular basis. Did I mention it's free? And if you're interested in finding out more, would like a personalized training, or would like to go over in more detail, here's my information. I am the District 52 Club Website Training Chair. As of July 1, that role will slightly change in its name, but the scope will be relatively the same. My phone number is 661-623-6272. And my email address is mark@33dtm@gmail.com. This is Valencia Toastmasters. What is it on this agenda that you'd like to see? I'll give you, actually, let me just walk you through it real quick. On here, we were able to create the custom header. We could put on there anything we wanted.
Okay.
as you can see, there's a date up here at the top. If I wanted to see another agenda, I could I could go to any of the others that are already created. Actually, I'm on July 24th. That just is a future one. The next agenda that we're going to be having will be our June 26th meeting. And there it is.
So you create them in advance?
We create them, I create them in advance I usually have about a quarter's worth. So here's June 26th. So actually I only have up to July there. So I need to get some more created. I usually would go up through September by about now.
Okay.
This has all of this information, everything that you see here in writing, all of the photos, those are put in by the people, but all the writing, all the roles are put in by whoever creates the agenda in the first place. And for example, say somebody's a table topics master for the very first time, they don't know what to do. All they have to do is look at the agenda. Calls members up to address a given topic. At the end, call for timers report and asks members to vote for best table topic speaker. That's their role right there.
Oh, nice.
Beyond asking the questions, of course. Members can sign up for their role by just clicking on the button, which gives them a little more confidence, because not more confidence, well, you may be a little bit, but if, for example, if you're only going a meeting in advance, Ron, Mariano, it's hard to plan your progression through the education program. What path are you taking right now?
Right now I'm taking the speaking mastery.
Okay. On speaking mastery, what level are you on? Do you remember?
I'm currently working on level 2.
Okay. You have some speeches in level 2 that you're going to be working on, but you couldn't plan ahead, especially if you're only doing the next meeting at the end of every meeting. The advantage of an agenda is now, see, there's me. I picked that role probably a couple months ago. Let's go to the next meeting. Oops, I can just click on this button, go to the next meeting. And am I on there? Yes. I'll counter for the next meeting. And the one after that, I'm the Toastmaster. I could have, oh, and I'm also, yeah, there I am. So I could have picked speaking roles. I could plan my educational path or leadership path going forward for as many agendas as whoever has created the agenda has made. I'll scoot over to Quest just real quickly, because I think there's more agendas on here. I'll show you. We're having an open house this next Tuesday. Yes, see now here, there's agendas all the way through September.
Okay.
So somebody could, for example, give themselves the goal that by December, I want to be in, I want to finish my path and become proficient. That's when you finish level 5, you're considered proficient. It's a new designation. So you would be in, what was yours again?
Speaking mastery.
Speaking mastery, okay. I've not done that one. Speaking mastery proficient is what you would call, as compared to being, say, level 4. There's lots of fun things that you can do with an agenda. For example, this little icon here, you'll see it says email this meeting agenda. Click on it. Now I've got a little box that comes up, and I can type something like, please see the agenda below, because it shows up below this whatever you type. Sign up for meeting roles by clicking on the button. And they can do it right from their email.
Oh, which is, they don't even have to go onto the website?
Don't even have to go onto the website if you set it up the right way.
No.
It's really, really easy. if you're ready to, if it's the day of the meeting and you want to print your agendas, you just go right here. Again, a little thing pops up, little tooltip, print this meeting agenda. Now you can pull it up, and you can either do it in Free Toast standard mode, which is where you'll see this agenda, or I don't know if you've seen this, the Toastmasters layout. And when you click OK, you get, I'll just cancel this. You get what looks like a completely professional agenda. You get all your officers on the left. You even have the club mission, Toastmasters website, your website, and I'm sorry, yeah, your website and Toastmasters International website, and there's the agenda. And all of this agenda is something that you've created. So it's really, really nice. This one is a nice one. If you want to see meeting reports, you want to see, for example, meeting role report. Well, let's say meeting speech report. And who do you want to see a report on? Let's see. How many speeches has Kemper given? Run download. Now, you can see that Kemper has only given one speech. He's a brand new member. I just was curious.
Okay.
And that's back in September. If somebody had given 10 speeches in the last year or whatever time period, if I were to do mine, the whole page would fill up.
Okay.
This one's kind of fun. If you click on this, you can select up to 5, or actually, I guess you can do more, but of future agendas. And then when you print it out, this is for future meeting roles. Now you could pass this around at a meeting, and people could fill up put their names on the open spots to plan their future meeting roles, and then the VPE or VPPR, whoever's managing the website, would go back into the website and fill out those roles for that person.
Mm.
There's another way to get the meeting roles fulfilled. Of course, the only people that are going to see these last 3 are administrators, so I'm not going to worry about them for right now. Let's see. What else can I show you here that's good? The administrator console is pretty simple to use, and these are the website settings. And this is where, for example, if you click on access settings, now you can designate who gets access, which officer gets access to which feature. For instance, who gets access to membership management? In this club, we chose the top 3.
Okay.
Let's say in your club, the president has no idea, doesn't want anything to do with membership. You might only choose these 2, or you might add the secretary. You can have up to 3. If we go to email and contact forms, here is where you can put in who will show up on your contact form. Here we have the Vice President of Membership, who also will take phone calls, and the Vice President of Education. I'm going to close out of this so you can see what that looks like. Here's the contact form. There she is, and there's her phone number. And she will receive, this form is very similar to the form that people will fill out on Toastmasters International. This goes just like that one. This one goes directly to the people that were designated. In this case, Susan, she's our VPM, and also to the president, but she said it's okay if people call me, so she put her phone number on there. Very handy feature. Meeting information and directions, I'll just show you that. Whoops, what happened? Meeting information and directions. Look at that, nice Google map right there. You can zoom in on it. Oh, whoops. Oops, sorry. There we go. You can zoom in on it. You can get directions right there. It's kind of nice, handy feature. Club calendar. Ooh, what's happening? Ah. Oh, computers, I love them.
Yeah.
Here's a calendar of what's going on in your club. These are the meetings. These are the meeting agendas. If I clicked on any one of these, it would take me right to the meeting agenda.
Hmm. You know what? We had a visitor from one of the buildings next door,
Yes?
and she said, "I came in, but there was nobody in the meeting." And now that I'm looking at your, as you were showing me all this,
Yes?
most likely we still have the old meeting times on our website.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't touched it in 10 years. These reflect the agendas. So whatever agendas you have, they're on there. If you want to, let's say the last day of the month, you wanted to hold an open house. All you have to do is go in there, type in whatever special event you might be having, and you could put a URL in there if you wanted to, and then create the event, and now it shows up. And if they click on it, it'll just bring up whatever URL there might be. Let's say it's a special page on your website, which you can create. And so it's a fun way to add extra stuff. Not used a whole lot, but certainly possible. You can have, like under public downloads, we have general information about Toastmasters. These, those flyers that you have.
Yes.
Those flyers essentially right there. Meeting role descriptions. Somebody goes to a Toastmaster meeting and, gee, what is a table topic speaker? And here's the official flyer from Toastmasters, and they can read all about it. We even have a current membership application that they can download if they're curious. They can see what it's about. We've had people bring a filled out meeting application, membership application to the meetings. And that's a very valuable tool because as soon as the meeting starts, we know we've got a member right there. Boom.
And this is your club website, right?
This is our club website.
Ah.
The members have access to a lot of extra features, such as, well, here, I'm not logged in as a member here. Let me go to the other site. Okay, so here, if you want to sign up for a role really quickly, you just click on that. And you select a meeting, and you go to a role, and you say, okay, these are the available roles. What do you want to do? I'd like to be an evaluator. So click, take the role, close. Now, it'll update, and where am I? Oh, is that a future meeting? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I'm way in the future. There we go. And I chose that I was to be an evaluator, and there I am, evaluator number 1. So that's a really nice, quick, easy way to add yourself without having to actually go into the agenda. I'm going to get myself off that because I'm doing something else in that meeting. You can create public profiles. One of the nice things about a profile is here, if you click on Meet Our Members, this is somebody that's doesn't know anything about who you are, and they want to know who is in the club. Now these are the only people that have allowed this to actually fill this out. But you can see their officer role, you can see what it is that they're doing, some of their social profile, media, where they're at. And people will now look at this from the outside and say, wow, these people are pretty much like me. I think I'll go to a meeting. So that's the purpose of Meet Our Members.
Oh, okay.
Private member directory. Now this is only for members, and this is, if you want to know, how do I get hold of, William? I want to know how to get hold of him. Well, go into this personal thing, and there he is. There's William. There's his information, his email, and his phone number. That's all it is, email and phone number, and social media list. This is only for members. It's internal to the club. And you can also print a membership list, which is a new feature. You can add things like we added the District 52 website link, requirements to get a DTM, some educational speeches, the legacy program. These are all custom web pages that we added.
Oh,
Word of the
okay.
day, it's kind of fun. Look on that, you can pick a word of the day. This is also fun. This shows you who has logged in and how long ago they have logged in. So if you see that there's a lot of people here that have that are logging in the last couple of weeks, you know the site's being used well. Any questions so far?
You know what? I still got to find the password to log on, but I'm sure I have it somewhere.
If you don't have it, you can go to support.toastmastersclubs.org and request a password reset for the administrator.
Now, for the designing of it, is there like a class that one of us could go to, or meet with you, or meet with somebody so that they could help us design it? Because I don't think ours looks as nice as yours.
Well, thanks. They all have a similar look and feel. Whatever you put in this area right here, that's up to you. See, you can see what this one looks like. Here's Quest. It looks very different. Every club has their own look and feel. I'll show you another one. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this one here. Okay, this is Advanced Speakers of LA. And there's some interesting, no pictures at all. It's just,
okay.
This is an advanced club. Anyways, and that's what they have. Let's see.
Yeah, theirs look pretty blank. I think ours probably looks like theirs.
Yeah, okay, well, lots of possibilities. Let's see. This one is another club in the area, Champagne Toastmasters. If you know who Agnes Lewis is, does that name sound familiar?
Yes.
She's the new district director. That's her right there.
All right.
It's the club that she's a member of, or at least one of them. Here they got lots of photos, lots of possibilities. You can design this however you want, whatever you feel is important to relay. This is your initial point of contact with the outside world. When they go to find a club, they're going to be referred to this page, your website. You want to invite them. You want them to be interested in what the club has to offer and have a call to action to invite them to the club and just to check you out, just to come in, just sit in on a meeting, to see what we're all about. And at the meeting, that's when you greet them, and that's when your goal is to convert them into a member. But the website's purpose from a guest's point of view is to entice them into visiting. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let's see if I can think of another couple clubs. Let's see, there's also...
Are you able to go into ours?
Yours? Sure, let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let's see if I'll find it here. Give me a second. It'll take me a second.
Okay.
228. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. I did it wrong. Let's see.
Yeah, don't ask me because I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the.
No, you know what? I may have it.
I haven't done the, let's see. Um, hey, look at that.
All right. No, that don't even look as close as yours.
Well, this is your website, and you have lots of possibilities of improving it. You can change this whole header. You can completely update this, put photos in. You could even, these right here are fun because they're built-in Toastmaster either videos or some things that might be interesting. We've chosen to actually delete these. You can eliminate these on your website if you don't want them. But you can do whatever you want. Here's I can see all your information here, club calendar, and you don't have any agendas as you were talking about. Let's see, are you meeting there still?
Yes, we still are.
Okay, so you're still meeting there. Well, that's good.
And you know what? I noticed that somebody did update it because they even have a notice that we're moving our next meeting. So it's on. Yeah. So somebody did touch it.
Okay.
But I noticed that on the left side, the tabs, it only has the main tabs, the main menu tab. On your side, remember, it had an extra tab on the top left. On the top left.
Yeah, this, what's interesting is I don't see. Wow, that's weird. I don't know why it wouldn't have a members tab. You can have sometimes the members menu is down on the bottom here. You have a choice of putting it down on the bottom or across the top. What this means is that you don't have any members in the system, or none of the members have opted in, which is more likely the case. And if you ever go to the website and you see the grayed out, the dimmed out bar, it's just because of the new cookie policy. And all you have to do is I agree to the policy, and now you can log in as the admin, which I don't have the admin password.
Okay.
Forget it. You can just click on this, and that'll send an email to the site admin. But if the site admin is not the same person, or that person is no longer active, that email will go to somebody and they'll look at it and say, wow, I was in Toastmasters 10 years ago. Why am I getting this email? So the best thing to do is to go to support.toastmastersclubs.org and put in that request.
All right. Yeah, we'll definitely need to work on this site. That's in one of our goals for next year.
Okay.
Well, this year coming up. Next month, that is.
Next month, right. Okay, well, is there any last questions? If you have any, Ron, then you want to type it into the chat window, since you can't communicate with us. Please go ahead and type it in. Mariano, anything?
No. Thank you for this, for taking your time and to just get me a little exposure to this, because we're going to need to fix it.
If you want to get your officers together, we could do a full training just for your club, either one of you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Have a custom training, and we could work on the site, and I can show you how to import photos and how to change some, and how to populate membership management, change the treasurer. You can send out those invoices for the treasurer. There's lots of possibilities.
All right. And just so you know, we do have an admin and password for it, because I noticed somebody updated it. So somebody has access to it. It's just a matter of me talking to the club members and see who it is.
Right. Okay. Do you have any more questions? Let me put, I'm going to type in here into the chat. Do you have the chat window? Can you see it, Mariano?
You know what? I don't know if I don't think I put a chat on when I.
If you click on the
Oh yeah, there it
There's the
is.
chat button. I'm going to type in my contact information so you both have it. And you're welcome to call me anytime, chat with me, or call me anytime, or email me anytime, and we can stay in touch that way.
All right, that'll work.
My goal this next year is to get as many clubs up and running with Free Toast and knowing how to use it.
Well, that'll be great.
Yeah, so that's going to be a focus this next year. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. We will talk to you hopefully in the future.
All right, and thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome. Goodbye now.